Grab your galoshes and meet us in the Florida swamps because it's time to get swallowed up by another educational episode. This week, Kristin finally pulls her own weight with an informative infodump on the invasive pythons in the Florida Everglades. She attempts to answer the question, what can be done about these fucking snakes? And blesses us with a Jimbo-inspired love song that will have you both laughing and learning. Plus, we debate the wardrobe choices of centaurs, release guttural toddler cries at the airport due to ADHD mistakes, bully boys who deserve it, and more. You know what they say. Start with the snakes, the rest falls into place. So come join us for a slippery python purge of an episode.
They said that we'd grow out of it. Well, the joke's on them, that's just our brains. We're eccentric, loud, and stubborn, and most of our clothing is covered in stains. It's not a deficit of attention, there's just too much to think about. So if executive dysfunction becomes a little too much, if you forgot why you came in this room, or you're hypersensitive to touch, then put on your seamless socks and come join our little flock. Bitches stimming together, we're weirds of a feather, weirds of a feather.
Papa, put your hands in the air if you feel like a player. Papa.
All right, welcome to
That's how we're doing
of a
it?
Feather. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Weirds of a Feather, an ADHD-Adjacent podcast. I'm your host, Kristin Stanhope.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I'm your host, Grace
yeah,
Bray.
That's the time where you come in.
I wasn't paying attention.
Say your part, yeah.
Normally I say that part.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't
taking
have
the
to.
lead.
Okay. Yeah, you take the lead. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
Why don't you jump in? Pull your weight for once.
No, I'm taking the lead. I've got warm-up questions. I've got quirks. I am ready to go
Right,
because
lay it on me, baby.
we've got an episode for you today.
This is an episode, yeah.
It's an episode, and yep. But let's do a warm-up question.
Yeah. Get a little
A little
loosey-goosey.
warm, a little loosey-goosey.
Little
This one,
toasty.
I'm not going to lie. This question has kept me up at night, and it shouldn't, but it has. And I need your opinion and an answer.
Okay. Yo, I'm supposed to give the final answer on this?
No, I'm going to
philosophical
poll.
question?
I'm going to poll our listeners, and I'll
Okay.
take the answer from them. But I also want to hear your opinion.
Okay. Also, I think we should do a poll every time we make an obscure reference and see if people get our reference or not. Like the Papa. So see if anyone
okay.
gets it.
Yeah.
Because it's always
Yeah.
fun for me.
All right. Sometimes I don't get the references.
Like my
so-
naughty pine. There were like 3 people who got that reference, and I was really happy about it.
It wasn't me.
No, it wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
And you won't, and you don't, and you won't.
Warm-up question. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Centaurs.
I know him.
You know of them?
Yeah, intimately. Oh.
I don't like it.
Work that out in your minds, whatever that means. That's for you to
So
say.
they're like part human, part horse.
Yeah.
The torso and head of a man.
Yeah.
And the other parts of a horse.
Are there female centaurs?
Yeah,
or
they're
is it-
female centaurs.
Okay.
Sorry, of a human.
I was gonna
Sorry.
say. Non-binary?
So,
Let's be gender inclusive here.
it-
You could be a non-binary.
Yeah, I'm sure you could.
Centaur?
yeah.
If you're a non-binary centaur, let us know.
Reach out to us.
Right in. That'd be cool.
weirdsofeather@gmail.com. Yeah. Centaurs.
Yeah.
You know of them.
Yes.
As we've previously discussed.
As we've established, yeah.
Just
very
a
familiar.
second ago.
Yeah. In case you're tuning in now.
Yeah. Do you think they ever get cold? And if so, do they wear sweaters or would they wear a horse blanket or both?
Well,
This has kept me up at night. I can't imagine a centaur because you always see them. They're always like
yeah.
with the bow and arrow, and they're
always
always shirtless, right?
Put a shirt on.
Yeah. Do they? But then, like, if they're cold, are they? Maybe there's a special centaur coats, but like, would they wear sweaters? What would the sweaters be made out of?
All right, before we even get there, if you're a centaur with boobs, do you wear a shirt? Or are you just letting those things
I
flop
feel like
around?
Because if you're galloping, like
you think you'd want a sports bra.
You gotta wear something.
Yeah, not even for censorship, just for like practicality's sake. You don't want to be flopping. You're galloping. You can't be flopping.
You can't. You gotta get them in. Yeah, and then also like, it just raises so many questions. Right.
It seems like, based on the fact that they never wear shirts, it seems like they must have high core body temperatures.
Right.
But even horses get cold.
Right.
Even if the horse part is the hot part.
Yeah.
Even horses need blankets. So, yeah, I think a horse blanket would be nice. I think maybe a nice knit polo.
Ooh.
I could see, kind of like a fashionista
maybe like
knit
a cable
polo.
knit sweater for the top and then a horse blanket for the bottom.
Yeah, I guess you just got to have room.
Or maybe it's like an
gallop.
all-in-one,
like a
horse blanket cape thing.
Like a swoot?
No,
not a swoot.
Yeah, like
I'm
a swoop.
thinking of, what's the one from Dr. Seuss? Peter will kill me. Peter he makes references to this all the time. They wear like it's like a crazy, like one-piece suit that they wear.
Cue the music.
A thneed. It's a
thneed?
A thneed.
A thneed?
T-H-N-E-E-D. A thneed.
T-H-N?
Yeah.
E-E?
E-E-D. T-H-N-E-E-D. A thneed.
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 Yeah.
What the hell is a thneed?
A thneed is exactly what I just described. It's like a one-piece kind of pajama-y get-up suit. So I feel like centaurs would wear a thneed.
I gotta look up
It's kind of a silly sweater that doesn't have holes in the right places. A thneed's a fine thing that all people need.
Oh.
As they say.
Yeah. I see.
Do you?
Yeah. I feel like they would wear a thneed.
Right?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem like the appropriate clothing choice? All right, so
Absolutely.
I think we've solved the problem.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna post a poll.
All right.
What do you think when two different polls? One, do you think centaurs get cold?
Yeah.
And then if so, what are they wearing?
What?
Sweaters, horse blankets, both, or
Thneed.
a thneed?
Yeah, or something else.
Or something else, yeah.
And I guess if they wear a sweater, would they also wear pants? Although they need horse pants.
They need horse pants.
Does the top get cold but the bottom doesn't? Would they wear a horse blanket on the bottom, on their back, and wear a sweater up top?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe
you'd wear a sweater up top and a horse blanket.
Kind of both.
But
I feel like, you can make it into kind of a cape situation.
Yeah.
Have it draped down the back of you.
Right. Or
These questions just lead to more questions.
Because they have so much fur, maybe the bottom half doesn't get cold and they just need a sweater for the top.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's kept me up at night.
Well, we don't have a solid answer.
I don't have a solid answer, but if someone could elaborate, maybe.
Yeah, let us know.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, let us know.
It's been driving me nuts.
Has it?
Yeah. I just,
You and I think about different things.
I mean, it's just been, I don't know. I can't get this question out of my mind.
Well, hopefully we'll get a solid answer and we can all move on,
Yeah, I'd love to move on.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts that this is something that I think about. I don't want to be
drives me nuts that this is something that you think about.
I don't want to be thinking about this, but here I am
I don't want you to be
thinking
thinking
away,
about it either.
you know?
All right, so someone please put Kristin out of her misery. Give us an answer. A final answer.
I need,
Does the horse body raise the person's body temperature so much that they can go without clothing?
But they still need like protective garments. Like it's just
they're
skin.
running through the woods.
Through
and
the
also,
woods,
like, what about
branches.
style? Or is there no thought about style?
Well, I guess if you're in the woods, you're gonna need clothing that will help you in the woods.
Would they wear gloves?
Oh yeah,
hats?
especially yeah.
You think they would want gloves?
I feel like scarves would
in
get
the
trapped.
winter.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not a scarf because you're running.
Galloping.
Yeah, but I feel like gloves. You'd want gloves. How are you going to shoot your bow and arrow if your hands are cold?
Very true.
Right?
So many. It's more questions than answers right now.
That's the problem. Maybe you'll have to do a whole bagel bite, just like I did on cannibals and vampires. You'll have to do a whole one on centaurs. But for now, we don't have time for that because we got a big ass episode for you.
Yes. But first, should we get into This Is Who I Am Now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do? Let's do the song.
Let's sing our song.
We're singing today. We're singing song today.
You're feeling sing-songy. I'm feeling silly. We're sing-songy and silly.
Okay.
So let's sing song.
So
let's sing song.
Let's sing the song. But just as a reminder,
this time is different.
Everything has changed. And then I go, and then you go. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Everyone needs a reminder, right?
Yeah, everyone. Yeah. This time it's different. Everything has changed.
This is who I am now.
This is who I am now. Match me up here now. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right. Yeah, listeners, if your ears aren't bleeding, we're both new people now.
Yep. Brand new people.
Brand new people. Grace.
Yes.
Who are you now?
I am an early morning person.
Oh, man. I'm jealous.
Waking up early.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Waking up.
Waking up. Waking up.
Oh, we're singing different songs. That's okay.
I'm not singing any song. I'm just kind of singing waking up a lot.
I am proud of you.
Thank you.
What time are you waking up?
Well, get this. I'm waking up at like 5 a.m., dude.
Whoa.
Yeah. Who am I, Susan?
Holy
That's
moly.
my mom. My mom, Susan, not you, Susan.
What are you doing up that early?
So I've been doing a new job.
Oh.
I kind of have like, I don't want to talk about too much of it yet, but like I kind of have a new business partner and we're doing some stuff together, working on one of his passion projects.
Working on a business.
And I'm helping him. Look at this. I'm helping him with executive function.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. Because he's
I
also
feel like you're really good when it comes to other people.
Yes.
Just not yourself.
Can't do it for myself.
No.
Especially if someone already has, I can either write the list or I can do the list. I cannot combine the two. I can't
write the list. Well, it's a lot to write the list.
Yeah.
And it's a
that's
lot
all
to
my brain
the
energy.
list.
Yeah. So I can do one or the other.
To write and do the list.
And if I've given myself the directions, I'm like, well, I don't have to do that. I'm the one who said it. You know, I don't, why would I listen to me?
Yeah.
What do I know?
I don't listen to me.
Yeah, exactly. I'm stupid.
I'm a terrible boss.
Yeah. I won't care.
Well, that's exciting.
And he likes to get going real early in the morning. So we compromised on me getting there at 6:30. That was the compromise.
That was the compromise.
He wanted someone to get there at 5:30. I'm like, that's not happening.
Oh,
so,
my God.
Yeah. He goes to the gym at like 4 a.m. He goes to the gym before I get there. It's fucking crazy.
Jesus.
Yeah. But he's also autistic, which we've really bonded over. And that has been lovely where, you know, I can understand the need for a very specific routine in a very specific order. And I feel like, you know, I understand that executive dysfunction that comes with autism where you can't get going unless you can do it perfectly. So I feel like that's been a big help for him. And it's been a big help for me because now that I'm waking up early, you know, I'm a sleepy guy. I go to bed at like 8. I'm like in bed by 8:30. I like to be in bed by 8:30. But I'm very good at going to bed, I will say.
That's good.
So I kind of, now that I'm in the routine, it's been like 2 weeks now. I kind of like it. I saw a beautiful sunrise this morning.
I saw the picture. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Lots of pink clouds.
And yeah, it's one of those things where I like having a schedule. I like waking up early and having something to do, but like on my own, I'm never going to hold myself to it. I need that external pressure.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like having somewhere to go and I feel productive. And then like the whole rest of the day, I'm feeling good. So yeah.
Yeah.
This is who I am now. We'll see if it continues, but for now, I'm feeling good.
Good. I'm proud of you.
It's
hard to wake up early in the winter, I think.
Yes. Especially when it's still dark, but it's kind of cozy. I kind of like it because it feels like I'm really getting a head start to the day.
Waking up in the dark, going to work in the dark, and then coming home in the dark. It's like the worst feeling. Yeah. And you're like, I'll never see the sun again.
Yeah, see, I'm just like going to his house and then I'm like taking the dog out. You know, the sun's usually rising like as I'm driving there. So that's really lovely. So yeah, I agree. Going to work in the dark and like just being inside a building by the time the sun comes up, that's a different story. I hate that. That sucks. But what I'm doing, it's kind of, you know, not quite as bad.
Well, good. I'm proud of you.
Kristin.
Yes?
Who are you now?
I am a songwriter.
Yeah, you fucking are.
I wrote a song last night, and I'll probably share it. I'm a little nervous because I'm not a singer, as we all know.
No.
But I've been in a real sing-songy mood, and I just, like, needed to get it out of my body. And then this morning, I, like, wrote another mini song.
Wow.
I call it a jingle. It's Peter's jingle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You've really been taken by the spirit.
Yeah. I don't know what's happened, but I've just been in a groove here. And, yeah.
I like it. I'm excited to
Yeah.
hear your song. I haven't heard it yet.
I have no, believe it or not, I have no musical background.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Hard to believe.
Wait a minute.
Thought you were classically trained.
No, I can see how you would mistake that.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, I've just been in a real weird mood, and so it's nice to be creative.
Yeah. I like this mood. It's fun.
Yeah.
Fun for me. Fun for the listeners.
Yeah, it's everybody involved.
We're all having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, that's great. I think that's who you should be forever. Who knows what will come out of this?
It won't be, but
Could be.
I'm enjoying the ride while it's here.
Who knows where this will take you? This could shoot you to stardom. The right person hears it, straight to the top.
Straight to the top.
Taking you straight
Taylor
to the top.
Swift.
Yep.
I got a song for you.
Oh,
If you're ever bored of writing about like heartbreak and love interests, I got a song for you.
Yeah. We could give her some variety.
Yeah. Mix it up a little bit.
Yep.
Sure.
Actually, speaking of music, we haven't played it yet, but Jane, our lovely, wonderful listener and friend Jane, who wrote and performed our hobby collector song, which we haven't played in a little while because we've been doing informative infodumps.
Yeah, we haven't done a lot of hobbies lately.
Next time, I will do a hobby because I'm going to do my lampshades. I'm going to talk about lampshades and we'll play Jane's song. But she has written us another song because she's so incredible. Go check her out at Jane Olsen Music, but she wrote us a song for businesses someone should start, just not us. So we will also do that one next Just Segs episode, and then you'll get to hear that lovely song. But I think we need to team up with her for more songs because she really gets our vibe. She's very talented.
She's a wonderful songwriter.
Yeah, she's incredible. She's weird like us.
She's talented.
Yes. So I think we should have her maybe do the music for Part-Time Helmet Baby because I feel like she would really get the vibe.
Yes.
So we have to send that over to her.
One day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine?
So I don't know. Maybe the two of you.
Yeah.
Now that you're a songwriter.
Now I'm a songwriter.
Do some
Jane,
projects in the
hit
future.
me up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dynamic
She's
duo
really
right here.
Gonna, she's gonna be like, I hate working with her.
No, I feel like she could take your words and turn them into songs.
Yeah,
you know?
I've got words. I just don't have the musical ability. So maybe I should just stick to poems.
Yeah, that's what it is. You got a flat tone, but you got the words are there.
For poetry.
Yeah, perfect tone for poetry. All right, speaking of perfect tone, should we jam on that zoo and do some I'm So Quirky?
Yeah. But we got to do the song first.
Yeah.
All right.
Duh.
Let me just warm up really quick.
Yeah, please. Holy
okay,
shit.
I know. It's
and you're not classically trained?
No.
You mean it? You're telling the truth?
Self-taught.
Honest? Wow. Impressive. Impressive. All right. Tune me in.
All right.
Some people call me spacey, some people call me fun, but I'm just quirky. Man, you really started off on a higher note than I was going on.
Really?
Yeah.
You hit it. You got it.
I got there. Yeah, I'm sure it
there.
sounded really good.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause unlike you, I'm overflowing with musical talent, especially my voice.
You are classically trained, though.
I am. Went to fiddle camp 3 years in a row. So suck on that.
Man. All right,
Kristin, why don't you start us off with your quirks? You got quirks.
I have got quirks. I just have two, but one's kind of long.
Okay.
So my quirk I've realized is that I'm having trouble figuring out which adjective goes first in a series of adjectives. And I have a couple examples.
Okay.
So I can't, it takes me just a second to figure out if you're trying to say that something like a t-shirt is red and soft. Is it a soft red shirt or is it a red soft shirt?
That doesn't really matter.
It's a soft red shirt. It's not a red soft shirt. One sounds better than the other.
Yeah, soft red shirt.
And depending on your adjectives, it can really change.
Well, I guess, yeah. Are you saying that this is normally a red shirt and this is an especially soft red shirt? Or are you saying this is normally a soft shirt and this is an especially red soft shirt?
Yeah. So
you're right.
It changes,
does change the meaning.
Changes the sentence and what you're, highlighting. The other one is, and this one's a little bit grosser, is it spontaneous intermittent drainage or is it intermittent spontaneous drainage?
Oh, neither. Gross.
I think it's intermittent spontaneous drainage.
Are these like specific medical terms?
These are specific medical terms.
See, I have a really hard time with things like that where there's two things and I have to remember which order it's in.
Right.
Is it one or the other? I have the hardest time. Once it's crossed in my brain, I cannot remember the difference no matter how many times I look at it, no matter how many times I say it to myself.
I think it's intermittent spontaneous drainage because I wanted to say that it every once in a while will randomly drain.
Yeah.
And I think that's the one.
Yes, I think you're right.
I think the other one is incorrect.
Different.
It's just, I feel like I just have to think about it a little bit more. And then, sorry, Mike.
Sorry, Michael. Did you know that at Applebee's, the people who work at Applebee's refer to the chef as Chef Mike because it's microwave food? So they all say this is prepared by Chef Mike. It's microwave.
That's really funny.
Right?
Chef Mike.
Love
I didn't
that.
know it was all microwave.
Yeah, it is.
They don't.
Sorry, Applebee's. I'm calling you out. It's all microwave.
That's really.
Brought to you by Chef Mike.
I'm Chef Mike.
Well, I feel like with things like that, where it's like this is a term you might be using multiple times, try to memorize the acronym. ISD instead of SID.
Well, no, it's not. I'm not using it multiple times. I'll be like writing a note or I'll be trying to describe something to someone else. And then I have to think, is it a red soft shirt or is it a soft red shirt?
Right.
Which one?
Yeah, because I guess the first adjective is describing the second one. The first adjective is describing the second adjective plus noun, you know?
Yeah.
Like soft
and
red
guess,
shirt. You're
like,
describing the red shirt.
In
as
some
being
instances,
soft.
it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But I've been finding, and maybe I'm just being like not as descriptive as I need to be. It's been tricky to figure out which adjective goes first.
I think also a little bit you're overthinking it.
Oh.
I think it doesn't matter as much as you think it does. I think people will just read it and know what you mean.
And they'll get it,
for
the
most
gist
part.
of it.
Blame it on your dyslexia
Yeah.
if you have to, you know?
I might have to.
I switched the words around.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
It's
dyslexia
fine.
is, right?
I added a bunch of E's as well, so
Yeah, you're welcome.
Figure it out.
Yeah. I thought it needed a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My other quirk is, this just happened to me. When I bought a flight, I mixed up my AMs and PMs.
Classic.
And that classic mix up, and ended up buying a flight that was 12 hours later than I intended because I thought it was an AM flight and it was a PM flight. And so then did I cry a bunch? Yes. And then did I have to and then I had to call the because I used it through my points. And then so I had to call the credit card company to see if I could switch it. But I didn't realize it until like the day before. So it was it was so too soon. And they said it was going to be $700 to switch to the earlier flight.
my
And I was
God.
like, fuck it. I'll just miss that part of the trip. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, $700. It's like the flight was probably cheaper than that.
The flight was for free because I used all my points.
But even if you had paid for it, the flight would have been like, what, $300?
I probably could have gone on, because it was with Delta, I probably could have gone on like Spirit and found a flight that was cheaper than $700. Yeah, exactly. And so
that's insane.
The customer service at the credit card company was fantastic. The guy was really nice about it. And he was like, I think it's going to be really expensive because you're so close to the date. And I was like, just list the price and I'll figure it out because I didn't pay anything for the flight. So this is my fault. I'll figure it out. And he's like, I think it's going to be really expensive. And I was like, just tell me what it is. He goes, okay, you're not going to want to pay this. I was like, you got to tell me what it is now. And he's like, it's going to be over $700. And I was like, fuck.
He was right.
Are you kidding? And
He
goes, I wish I was. And I was like, well, you just did all this work. I feel really bad. He's like, nothing's set in stone. He's like, you still have your original flight. And if I were you, I'd stick with it. And I was like,
smart.
Okay. But I feel really bad. I made him do all this work. And then I was like,
He's getting paid regardless.
I know. He was super nice. I wish I knew his name, but thanks,
whoever you
Chase,
are,
customer
we
service.
know you're listening.
Travel guy.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So then I was upset, and then I had to like coordinate with the people I was meeting because we were going to fly in at like drastically different times. And so we were originally going to take the rental car all together, but instead I'd have to like Uber to the place. But then it didn't even matter because there was a huge snowstorm and all flights were canceled that day. So then I had to have a sleepover at your place.
Yeah, you did. So imagine if you had paid that $700 to change your flights.
No, I wasn't going to pay $700.
But imagine if you did, just for the snowstorm to cancel your trip anyways.
I cried anyway when my flight was canceled because I did drive in a snowstorm to get to my flight on time.
That was scary.
That was
a crazy snowstorm.
Crazy. I had to shake in the I just did a little blah, blah, to just get the stress off, you know? Because it was so stressful driving, and I probably shouldn't have drove, but I wanted to make my flight.
That's a good nervous system regulation tool. That's what you see animals doing after traumas. They shake their body.
I just had to shake it out because it was terrifying. And then because I was like, they're going to cancel this flight. They're going to cancel this flight. So I kept checking the website, and I'm like, it's still on. I guess I'll leave. Took me an hour longer than usual to get to the airport because of the snow. I did use a trip buddy, and it was a giant truck in front of me. So he led the way because I couldn't see the road.
It's a good strategy.
Yeah. And then everybody else, I was everybody else's trip buddy. It was literally just us. It was the guy. And then some people were trying to pass, and I was like, not worth it, dude.
No.
But got to the airport, parked, and I was like, oh my God, I just need to get on the plane and I'm fine. And then I look at the board and it says canceled, not even delayed, just straight up canceled. And I just, like a child, just kind of went,
I love that kind of cry.
I couldn't even I'm usually a little bit more collected, and because I just drove through this storm, and I was and it was the lead up, trying to, the AMs, the PMs,
which one's which? No way to know.
Driving in a snowstorm, finding parking, and then I was and all of that, and I was when you think you finally made it, and then to have it canceled, and they emailed me about the cancellation. If I had left at the time I was going to leave without a snowstorm, so I adjusted, I would have saw the email. But since I left godforsaken so much earlier.
See, this is why I'm always last minute grace. You were too early, Kristin.
Too early.
Should have been a last minute grace.
Right. And so if I left at a regular time, I would have not made my flight, but it wasn't going to fly anyway. I was so mad and sad and scared, and I just had so many emotions, and I was just staring at the board, and I saw people walk by, and they were gonna say something, and then they were like, no, just keep going.
Sometimes you need that good guttural toddler's cry.
It surprised me. I didn't know, and then I called Christopher. I was like, I don't know what to do, because he's much better in a crisis than I am. He's always in crisis mode, and I'm always in prepare mode, so you don't have to go into crisis mode. You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a good distinction. Don't you hate when you're so anxious about every little thing, but you somehow miss a little detail like AM and PM?
Yes.
You're so anxious, you're so obsessive about little details.
Flights.
Then you fucking miss that?
Yes,
What's
I know. That's
up with
why,
that?
and because I almost bought a different one, but I was like, oh, this one I arrive closer to when everybody else is going to arrive, so they won't have to wait for me as long. And I obsessively looked at flights to try and figure out what is the best possible arrival flight. And
you're so quirky.
Anyway,
I
got there.
You got there. That's all that matters. You pulled it off, and you had a place to stay for the night.
I did. Yeah, thanks for providing your.
We watched Alive.
Yeah.
And that was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah, you know what? That was a great movie. Yeah. All right, Grace.
Yeah?
What are your quirks?
All right. Quirk number 1. I wear all of my sports bras inside out. Because they either have that little tag writing on it, it's not an actual tag, but when they print it.
Oh yeah, and it's
plastic.
Clothing.
Yeah, and it the edges start to peel up, and unless you're gonna pick off every single letter, it itches against you.
I hate that.
I fucking hate that, Old Navy. I hate that. You specifically, or it's the seams that bother me because they get kind of rough, and then the seams bother me. So I literally just wear them all inside out.
Oh, that's a good accommodation,
right?
Yeah,
accommodate myself. Pretty cool. Quirk number 2. Last week, I had an entire conversation with a neighbor, not realizing I had put my winter hat on with my gloves still stuffed inside. So I had a big tall hat during the whole conversation, like just a big tall hat. I felt so fucking stupid afterwards. I'm like, I look insane. They're probably like, what's up with this hat?
It must be the new style. All the kids are wearing it.
Yeah, just stuffing their hats with something. I don't know.
You're like those guys who like don't put their baseball caps on fully.
Oh yeah,
So they just have like this weird, awkward dome.
yeah, like sitting on their head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me with this gigantic hat.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a fun one to look in the mirror and be like, what am I doing?
Oh.
All right, quirk number 3. I just had to get an IUD put in.
Yeah.
It was the fucking worst thing of my
It
life.
sucks.
Don't do it if you don't have to.
No. If
Don't
you
do
need
it
to.
But if you don't
do
have
it.
to, don't. Don't do it for fun. It's not fun.
Yeah, don't do it for fun, but if you need, it's a great form of birth control.
If you have to, try to find other options.
No.
It was traumatic.
It's.
And you told me it was just going to be a shock. It was a shock, all right.
It
I
was
almost
a
passed
shock.
out.
I just got
My
one
face
too.
went numb.
Well, I think you and I have different
endometriosis,
situations.
yes.
We have different situations.
Yes.
Our utes are different.
Yep. I have endometriosis, so it's much more sensitive to me, I think. For me.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think your uterus is kind of angry anyway.
Yeah.
And then
very.
you just angered it more.
Yeah.
It's gonna
We're
be-
mad at each other.
Yeah.
But so I just had that last Friday.
And now you don't have to get it for like, what, 10 years?
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Woo!
But I was all anxious about it. Showed up to my appointment. Turns out I was 1 week early.
No.
So I showed my real appointment was last Friday. I showed up the Friday before.
Nice.
All checked in. She couldn't find me in the system. Like, oh, that's weird. I don't see you on the schedule. Search my birth date. She's like, oh, I see the problem. You're scheduled for next week. Well, I guess. And Ian took off work and everything. He drove me there.
No.
Like, well, that was a good practice run. We had to do the shameful thing of like coming back to work and being like, well, didn't happen this time. And
We'll
then,
get it next time.
yeah, we'll get it next time. That was just a dry run. You know, I made it on time.
There you
so
go.
that was good. Figured out parking. Just kind of learning.
Yeah, you
what
just
the,
had to
what the
get used
scene
to it,
is.
yeah.
So did that once. Then made it for real my next appointment. And I'd spent all week being anxious about it.
Yes.
All day I was so
especially
anxious.
something like that.
Yes. I've never
You're
gotten
like-
an IUD before, so I was like freaking out about it.
It
Finally
sucks.
get there and she's like, oh, it's next week. I'm like, well, fucking great. I'm glad I don't have to get it now.
Now I get to be anxious for another week.
Perfect. Yes,
So
that's
exciting.
And then when I finally showed up to my doctor's appointment for real this last Friday, as I was checking out, it was the same girl. I recognized her. And I was like, oh, I'm the one that showed up last week, a week early. She was like, oh, yeah, hey, you finally made it. Yeah. So that was fun that she recognized me and we had a little laugh at me together.
But you made it, right?
Yeah, I made it.
2 times. That's fine.
It's that thing where I'm really good at holding something in my brain. It's just the information has to get in there correctly.
Yeah.
And if the information gets in there incorrectly, that's what I'll hold in my brain. I
Yeah.
won't check sources. I'm not going to be like looking up my appointment online. I'm like, I got it next Friday. I could have sworn on the phone they said next Friday. Oh, because first of all, I was supposed to have it 3 Fridays ago. I got the fucking flu.
Oh,
So I was supposed to have it 1 week, anxious
Well,
all
that's-
week. I had the flu so bad I couldn't go to my appointment. I could have sworn on the phone. She said, all right, well, reschedule it for next Friday. So in my brain, I'm like, all right, next Friday. I was anxious the next week. Show up next Friday. Nope, you're a week early. It's next week. Then I'd spend the next week all anxious. And then I got it for real and it was fucking terrible. So 3 full weeks of being anxious about this
my God.
procedure.
Yeah, but now you don't have to take pills. You
Yep.
don't have a thing in your arm.
Yeah, they cut my Nexplanon on my arm. That was the other thing. It was a whole big thing. It
Yeah.
was a bad day.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ian got me chocolate cake and we watched the Barbie movie.
Oh, I want to see the Barbie movie.
You should. It's on HBO.
I want to see the Barbie movie.
All right.
Okay.
I'm so quirky.
You're so quirky.
And now it's time for Informative Infodump.
Yeah, we got a song for it.
Lucky for you.
Yeah, lucky.
We wrote a song.
We wrote a song. Well, this is. I had to just get
Yeah, figure it out.
I had to just get the wiggles out
Wiggle, wiggle,
so I could focus. All right.
Now that we've done that, our mid-show yell.
Do you feel better after yelling?
Yeah, we needed that yell.
That was a
Stretch
yell.
and a yell.
A stretch and a yell. Yeah. Well, sometimes it's just hard to just sit here and
We need wiggle chairs,
we
like
need
you have for
wiggle
little
chair,
kids.
or like I want like a stand-up mic so I can pace,
Yeah.
like
we're
like
two
a comic.
like we're two battling stand-up
Yeah.
comedians. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
We both kind of walk on different sides of the room.
Oh yeah,
Like
and
we're
we
standing
can
off.
be like hand gestures
Yeah.
and whatnot, and
Do that. Might be a good way to practice our crowd work.
Christopher would hate the editing of that because we're not going to talk into the mics at all.
You're not,
I'm
especially.
I'm going to like throw mine across the room
Yeah.
by accident.
No, you would need a Britney Spears mic.
Oh, I would need
headset.
it. But then what would I do with my hands?
Hold things. Just find two things to hold.
I'd learn how to juggle hats.
Yeah, you could.
I could.
Although that'd be distracting. I think you just walk around holding two things.
Yeah.
Put two
I
cups in your
could.
hands. You gotta hold two glasses
Well,
of
you
water.
know what? I was on TikTok and this guy says that he's doing a lot of improv and he is now watching people on TikTok because every time they're telling a story, they're always doing something with their hands usually instead of just talking into the phone.
Yeah.
And he's having trouble figuring out what to do with his hands while he like does improv.
You
And
should
so
bring a butcher's block up onto the stage, chop
vegetables.
veggies. Yeah.
And that's what he was saying. A lot of people are just chopping vegetables.
Yeah.
So and now I can't stop looking at people's hands.
Oh, I'm always looking at people's hands because I'm trying to
Are
figure
you?
out if I were to make a video talking into the camera, I feel like I need to do something with my hands. What should I do with my hands?
What do you do with your
And
hands?
that's one of those things that gets in my way of making videos because I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm awkward.
See, I think if I were to make a video, I couldn't do anything with my hands because I wouldn't remember. I'd be so focused on what I'm doing with my hands, I wouldn't.
True.
I wouldn't remember what I'm supposed to say.
Yeah, you'd get lost in the sauce. I could do it, but I won't. I could crochet.
You could crochet.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right.
All right, let's dump the song on them. They've waited long enough.
Yes.
They're thirsty for it.
Thirsty. Well, this is a song that we've already shared.
Yes. And you want to hear it again because it was so good.
It was
You're like,
so
please make this a
good.
regular part of the podcast.
yeah. We didn't have any beat or anything, right? It was just
Unfortunately, no.
just me.
It's just
and-
you.
Okay.
I offered to drop a beat, but you didn't really seem interested.
No, right. I thought it was going to be distracting, I think.
Yeah, it will be. It's distracting and embarrassing. So let's not do
right.
that.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
This is our info. These are our dumps. Put on your headphones, sit on your rumps. Learning facts that we really don't need. It's our hyperfocus as you can see.
I feel really good
Love
about
it.
that.
Yeah.
Really
No,
confident.
I don't think we need to do a second round.
No, it doesn't
First
need anything.
one and done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're as good as us, you got on the first
yeah.
take.
First take.
Yeah,
Yeah.
boom.
Wrap it up.
Yep. That's a wrap, people. Yep.
We're done. No, I have a whole thing I want to say.
Okay.
So I've got a dump for you.
Yeah,
I'm
what you
ready to
dumping
dump
on us?
on it. Yeah.
Dump on us.
I want to talk about the invasive snakes in Florida.
Oh, please
Yeah,
do. I love
'cause-
snakes. I'm wearing my snake earrings.
Oh yeah. So we've talked about snakes before.
Probably, yeah. I love a
And-
snake.
Yeah, you love a good snake. These aren't the good kinds. They're
Oh.
detrimental to the Florida ecosystem.
Oh.
But before
Womp womp.
we start talking about invasive snakes, I want to give a shout out to someone who would never ever listen to this podcast, but I feel like I have to shout
You
out.
never know.
I want to shout out to Jimbo. I don't have a last name because I don't know of it, but Jimbo from Florida. He was my number one resource for this topic. Just a plethora of information on all things Florida swamp.
right.
And it was impressive the amount of knowledge this man had. And I couldn't get enough of Jimbo. I just wanted to ask him every question. But
Did you do a fan boat tour?
we did, yes. So we did a tour, and this company we did like the all-inclusive package. So we did 2 different fan boats. We did one through the mangroves, which is salt water.
Oh.
We did one through the Everglades, like marshes, which is freshwater. And then we did a swamp buggy tour, which was like literal swamp. And it was like a giant, you know how like London has double-decker buses?
Mhm.
Imagine, those giant like Savannah cars that they do on the safaris,
Yeah.
but double-decker
Whoa.
because of the swampiness.
We're on the bottom or the top?
You could only go on the top.
Oh.
Because the bottom was wet.
Oh.
And Jimbo drove the swamp buggy, and all the guides had like great information, and they were, I just wanted to know. It was hard because I wanted to know everything that they knew. I wanted to like dissect their brain and pull out the facts and put them in my brain. But when you ask like 5 questions in a row, people get annoyed.
Yeah, unless they're also autistic and it's their special interest, and they're like, thank God you're here to ask me a million questions.
Right. And I didn't get that feeling from the rest of the group, so I kind of asked like 1 or 2 questions, But
Jimbo had the info?
With Jimbo, I barely needed to ask any questions. He just had all this
maybe Jimbo
knowledge.
was your guy. Maybe this was his special interest.
It is, because he is a Florida man through and through. And God, he just had so much information. And then he had pictures on his phone to back it up. And I was like, holy shit.
I'm excited to hear this.
Jimbo, thank you for a great swamp buggy ride. It was like 10 minutes, the best 10 minutes of my life, I would say.
Wow.
No.
It's quite a swamp ride.
It was, we didn't even see any animals, but we didn't have to. I could have listened to him do a whole, like a whole TED Talk, like a 5-part series on the swamps.
All right, well, let's crack into it.
Yeah,
let's get into those swamps.
Yeah, so I recently went to Florida. I learned a bunch of stuff, and I need to share it because every time I take a vacation, it has to be like some sort of like learning aspect to it. Because I can't. I have a hard time just like doing a vacation to do a vacation. Like I need to learn something about the place.
You're not good at relaxing, yeah. Which is nice. It's nice to learn about the place you're going to.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about the Everglades, which is this area in Florida. It's made out of, it's the national park, which is federally protected, is 1.5 million acres of swampy grassland in southern Florida.
Wow.
And then around it there's more Everglades. Like there's more swampy grasslands, and then there's like the saltwater area, which is full of mangrove trees, what
are mangroves?
Okay. They're the coolest trees in the world.
Because now I'm realizing I always just assumed that was mangoes.
No.
Different
mangroves,
words.
different. So mangroves are these cool trees. So there's 3 different types. There's red, white, and black. But the red ones are the ones that you see like growing up from the salt water. And they're these really cool trees that like I think they fix their own nitrogen, but they can grow in salt water.
Whoa.
And then what they do is they not only have roots that come up from the salt water and down into like the clay soil, but in order to get rid of the salt water, they'll like put all the salt into like a leaf that will turn yellow and die. And if you eat it, it's like super, super salty. And that's how they get rid of the salt.
Whoa.
That's like one fact about mangroves that I learned. There's so many more.
What a fun fact.
They're really cool. They're really cool trees. But I figured I was almost going to do an info dump on mangroves, but
maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, because I thought it wasn't going to be as like fun and interesting as invasive snakes.
It sounds pretty fun and interesting to me, but yeah, I think snakes.
All right, if you want to learn about mangroves, write me in. Let me know. Maybe I'll do a poll question.
Yeah.
If you guys are like, we get it, that's okay. I get it.
I don't know. People are pretty interested in your water bottle discussions.
I know. Well,
knows?
Now it's like a whole thing. That's all I'm seeing on TikTok is like water bottle discussions. So maybe I should jump on that too.
Yeah.
I just have so many things I want to talk about. There's not enough time.
Yep. All right. Snakes.
Everglades, 1.5 million acres of swampy grassland in southern Florida. It's federally protected, but then there's lots of land around it that is not federally protected. Some of it's privately owned, some of it's not. And there's just a ton of land. It has a huge amount of wildlife, including the Florida alligator. And so a couple of facts about the Florida alligator. It resides in mostly freshwater or brackish water, which I learned is a term for like freshwater with a little bit of saltiness in it because of the proximity to the ocean. Females can get up to 10 feet long and weigh around 1,000 pounds, probably a little under, and males get bigger. The biggest recorded gator on record was 14 feet and 3 inches long, which I was going to...
Damn. It's big for an alligator.
It's big. And I didn't do my feet to meters. I was going to convert it for all of our international friends that don't use like a weird arbitrary
3 meters.
4.2 meters.
4.2 meters.
It's a big boy.
That is a big.
Yeah, so alligators, and they're like the big, the top guy. There's a lot of different wildlife. There's like rabbits, there's bobcats, there's the puma, which is just a mountain lion. It's the same thing, but I think they call it different. There's a bunch of things. There's like so much wildlife in there, but the gator is like the most famous one. You go to Florida, they talk about gators, alligators. But, we're not here to talk about gators. We're here to talk about snakes, specifically the Burmese python. The Burmese python is one of the largest snakes in the world. It's native to Southeast Asia, and it's a constrictor, which means it attacks its prey by, like, wrapping around it, suffocating it to death with its body, and then it eats it, which is a bad way to go.
Terrible.
Not great. I don't know what would be worse, that or like getting bit by a venomous snake and like having all that pain.
I think venomous snake would be worse.
Yeah.
Like just suffocate me, just strangle me.
But then the whole time you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But I guess if you're slowly dying, you know what I would say the worst way to go is? We're getting off topic.
Fire.
The worst way to go.
Snake lights you on fire?
No, what is it called? Kimono dragon. Because its spit, its saliva is venomous. And what it does is it just does one little bite to its prey. And at first the prey like runs away and it's like, fuck you. And then it just follows it because it's poisonous. And eventually that over the series of up to 2 weeks,
oh my God,
this like buffalo or deer or whatever will slowly die from this poison.
God.
And then all the other kimono dragons in the area know like he's been hit. So then you have, as you're like grazing and suffering, you have this like gang of kimono dragons just waiting for you to fall and die so they can eat you. Isn't that like probably one of the worst ways to go?
That's creepy.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
That sucks. But once again, we're not here to talk about the kimono dragon.
We're
brought it up. We're here
to
to talk about the Burmese python, which has become incredibly invasive in the Florida Everglades. The largest Burmese python captured on record in the world was in Florida of last year, July 2023.
Holy shit.
It measured 19 feet long.
Oh my God.
I know. So, and Jimbo had a picture of it. It was huge.
What's that in meters?
It's
6.
5.8 meters long, and it also had a full-grown deer in its stomach.
Damn.
Isn't that wild?
Wow.
And the pythons have become this huge problem for the ecosystem. They have no natural predators in Florida, and they've decimated the mammalian wildlife. According to the U.S. Geological Survey website, quote, in a 2012 study, populations of raccoons have dropped 99.3%, possums 98.9%, bobcats 87.5%, since they have in 1997.
Oh my God.
Marsh rabbits, cottontail rabbits, and foxes have effectively disappeared from the area.
Wow.
End quote.
And possums are so important for stopping Lyme disease, too. They eat the ticks.
They eat the ticks.
And they can't get Lyme disease. And rabies.
And they can't get rabies. Yeah. They're immune. Because I think their body temperature is so low.
Yep. That can't survive.
It's crazy.
Wow. So, yeah, imagine like the repercussions that alone has for the surrounding area.
And they're thinking it's mostly due to the pythons, not due to like climate change or some sort of, or like human interaction.
They've got to be like swallowing children, right?
I don't think they've not in Florida.
Maybe.
I mean, not in the Everglades. I don't know. But
never know.
They could.
Dogs.
19-footer for
Cats.
sure. So not only have they hunted gators for food into near extinction, but
wait, the snakes are hunting the gators?
So not only have they hunted the gators' food into near extinction, because the gators eat the possums and the raccoons, but they also hunt gators.
Whoa.
So Jimbo said he's caught many pythons with large gators in their stomachs.
Whoa.
So, usually once the gator gets to a certain point, they have no more natural predators.
Yeah.
If you're like big enough, you're king of the hill, but not anymore. You still have those fucking snakes to worry about, right? And then the pythons also reproduce way more efficiently. Per Jimbo, they have about yeah, I told you I got all my information.
Per Jimbo.
From a clutch of eggs, they have like a 75 to 90% chance of reaching adulthood. Whereas the alligator, in a clutch of 34 eggs, they estimate about 4 will reach maturity.
Oh, so they don't even have a chance.
They don't have a chance.
Wow.
And you might be asking yourself, how the fuck did the snakes get in there?
How the fuck did the snakes get in there?
Yeah, exactly. So the most common story is like, oh, a bunch of pet owners couldn't handle their snakes and they released them into the Everglades and it's a perfect ecosystem, and then they just like took off with, sorry, Mike. They like took off with their population. But it's not just that. It is that, but it's not just that. Ecologists believe what most notably contributed to this problem was Hurricane Andrew in 1992 hit the area, including a python breeding facility, which was located on the edge of the Everglades, and accidentally, like, it totally flooded, I guess, and the building was decimated, and snakes were just like released into the Everglades.
That sounds like a movie plot. Like,
right?
You just so happen to have this fucking snake breeding ground right next to the Everglades.
Like a perfect snake breeding ground.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, I hope this never goes wrong because there will be dire consequences
yeah,
for the environment.
So that they said that's probably, it is pet owners not being good pet owners, but it is also Hurricane Andrew.
Thanks a lot, Hurricane Andrew.
Yeah, fucking Hurricane Andrew. And so what do we do about these fucking snakes? In short, we kill them.
Oh.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of ways to do it. But per Jimbo, if you're licensed in the state of Florida, they'll pay you $25 a foot per snake.
Damn, but then you get the problem like with the rats where then people start breeding them so then they can kill them so then they can bring in the carcasses. That happened in France.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know if it was France. Don't quote me on that.
I don't
it happened
know.
somewhere.
I feel like, at least for everyone I talked to, they were very passionate about saving the Everglades and the Florida gator. Like, that's like their thing.
That's just a common problem that I've heard about when they offer people money in order to do that. Or, you know what? They were offering people money for the rat tails. Oh. So then they started finding rats without tails. People would just chop the tails off.
Oh, my God.
Which is pretty smart. I mean, that's unfettered capitalism, you know? You're going to get shit like that.
Well,
hopefully people aren't doing that.
Well, you have to be licensed in order to get the money.
So it's not just like anyone.
It's not just anyone, but except for one day a year where they have the Florida Python Challenge. But you have to register for
like
this.
A purge?
It is like a purge.
Whoa,
yeah, it's like
purge.
A python purge.
Python
purge. It's
maybe the episode title might have to be Python Purge.
I listed links below. If you're in Florida and you're interested, you have to register first, and
you have to be a citizen, a Florida resident.
I think so. I think you can just go. And they have like categories for like novice and like professional, I guess.
I'm a professional snake whipper. I whip them around my head.
They have rules. We're not there yet.
Oh, no weapon?
No guns allowed. You can't,
I don't know why the thought of that is so funny to me.
Shoot the snake.
Shooting a snake.
You have to kill it humanely, which hold on.
What, axe?
Hold on. So every year they put on a competition, and there's 2 different categories. You have the novice and the professional, and then amongst those categories you have the biggest snake and then the most amount of snakes, and you can win up to $10,000.
This game sounds fun if it wasn't killing something, although I guess it's a necessary evil.
It's a necessary evil, right? I know people are, animal lovers, but the numbers say it's like devastating the ecosystem.
Yeah, you'd be saving other animals by killing these animals.
All right.
Blow dart. Is it blow dart?
No.
Fun.
So you have to humanely kill them, and they emphasize the humanely kill them.
Karate chop.
And then part of the process is very vague, and the other process is very particular.
Choke them out.
And your snakes won't be accounted for if you don't have evidence of humanely killing them. So
if you've like tied them in a bunch of knots, that doesn't count.
Yeah, like a rat king.
Yeah,
but it's a snake king.
Yeah. Like, you're out of here.
So you have to. So step 1, it's a 2-step process to kill a snake humanely. But I feel like it's a 3-step because step 1 should be like you got to capture
the
snake.
Find the snake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once you have your snake, you have to render them unconscious quickly and efficiently.
Choke them out.
In a style of your choosing.
Oh, so you could choke them out.
Usually by hitting them in the head, like that.
Damn.
Like
bonk them. A little bonk?
Yeah, bonk them. And then you have to do something called pithing. That's step 2, which is where you destroy the brain quickly and by
like a zombie.
Yeah, by quickly and firmly inserting a rigid tool like a screwdriver into the back of the snake's skull, going kind of forward between the eyes, and that will disrupt the cerebral cortex and the brainstem in one go.
Nice.
So
all right.
You don't want
it is like a zombie.
It is, yeah, and I'm glad that they really emphasize killing them humanely and not using guns. Could you imagine a bunch of people in the swamp shooting snakes out of the trees and
stuff?
stuff?
The last thing we need, bombing them.
Yeah. But
so you can't chop its head off?
No, head has to. You can. I think you can.
That would take care of the brainstem.
It would, but I don't know. Actually, I'll have to look into that. But they really emphasize humanely killing the snake.
All right. I guess you couldn't tell what's been done to the head.
Yeah, then your snakes have to be. I think they've taken care of the just finding a bunch of dead snakes because they have to be cooled but not frozen, right? You can't freeze a bunch of snakes, bring them in,
can't kill them over the year.
Right?
Yeah.
Smart. And then so
they've
they
really
have
thought
to be,
about a lot of these.
I did list the rules if you want to go over the rules, but there's a bunch of different ways. They have to be fresh snakes.
All right, Wolf Retreat idea. We make this an annual snake hunt. We all meet in Florida in the Everglades. And we do an annual snake hunt together.
I don't know if I could do that.
Maybe.
You're gonna be so you have to be in the swamp with gators and pumas.
You're right.
And swamp things.
Plus, you'd have to kill something up close and personal. I don't think I could do that. I love a snake. I know they're bad, but I don't know if I want to be the one killing them.
I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of respect for the snake killers. I know it's like a cull or whatever they call it for the population. Culling for the population, but
when I was in Australia, they have these toads that are super invasive. I was up in Queensland and they have these toads that are very, very invasive and you're supposed to kill them whenever you see them. And we would see them. Someone would be like, kick it. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I understand
exactly what Florida does. They said if you see a snake, they encourage you to kill it. Even if it's not, you might not get money for it, but if you see a Burmese python, kill it.
I was like, I just can't. I can't bring myself to do this. I know it's hypocritical because I eat meat and
I know.
I should be able to do it myself.
I like to be removed from my meat. You know?
Same. But at least we acknowledge that.
Yes. It's tough. So the other thing that the state of Florida is doing, which I think is really cool, is they are introducing bait pythons, which it's a trained python. Trained is loose.
Is this going to be like the episode of It's Always Sunny where Dee has a cat in the wall and so Charlie comes up with the idea to put more cats in the wall to then lure it out?
No.
You just end up with a bunch of cats in the wall.
Kind of. But they have a snake. It's usually a large female with a tracker on it. And then they release it and then it brings out all the males. And then they use a drone to track it. They find the female snake and then they kill all the males that are trying to get to it.
Oh, so she seduces them?
Yeah, she seduces a little black widow here,
Ooh, I kind of support that.
Yeah, and they said they tried it with male snakes, but it didn't work as well. So
women are like, who cares?
Yeah,
who
they're
gives
like,
a shit?
They're like, because we'll get the females. Turns out not as effective.
I wonder which one's smarter.
Right. And then the last thing they're trying to do is possibly introducing genomic sequences into the python DNA population. So they'd breed pythons that have certain sequences in their DNA that when they reproduce, all the male offspring are infertile or most of if they have that selective genome and then all the female offspring would be non-compatible with life. So they're hoping, although it would be kind of difficult because, the offspring would keep dying, but it wouldn't be guaranteed. But if you get that gene established in the population, it would affect the population, if that makes any sense.
Very interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, so I listed a bunch of links below if you're really interested in hunting snakes in the Florida area.
Let us know if you've ever done this.
Let us know. Have you done this before? Yeah. Florida people, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I was just so interested. And I know I was supposed to learn more about the swamps, and he had a really good story about the native population in that area during the Manifest Destiny of America and
all that stuff when they were like, the colonization. And I like couldn't even focus on it because I was so interested. Of course,
you got caught on this little detail.
What are you talking about with snake? And then Jimbo was like, yeah, that's why when we go on these swamp buggy rides, I always have a burlap sack underneath the steering wheel because he's like, if I see a snake, I'm stopping the car, I'm grabbing it.
Put it in a sack, like,
smash
it with a hammer.
Free to help. And I was like, no, I'm gonna stay in the buggy. There's no way. He was a great resource, and I'll have to find the name of the company we went through because it was fantastic. They did a really good job.
All right.
But yeah, shout out to Jimbo. Thank you for all the information. And I guess I never thought I'd shout out to the website about the state of Florida because it was well organized and they had a lot of snake information, which was really odd.
Well, you got that going for you, at least Florida.
Yeah.
You maybe
just work on the book burning
horrific,
a whole different day.
The anti-trans stuff.
Yeah, and the racism and homophobia and violence against women.
But you do have a nice
we'll tackle
website
that one
layout.
a different day. You got to nail that
start
website.
With the snakes.
You
start with the
real
snakes.
Good with the snakes.
The rest falls into place.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Start with the snakes. The rest falls into place. That's why it's their slogan. Their social justice slogan.
Oh my God.
I know this would be a terrible way to kill them, but I'm really just thinking, you also keep doing this with your hand, and it makes me think that you're talking about like grabbing a snake by its tail. And
I think you're supposed to grab it by the head.
Yes,
right?
you are, so it can't turn and bite you.
Right.
But this is very cartoonish, and this would be very inhumane, and don't do this. But all I can think about is grabbing it by the very end of its tail and whipping it into a wall, right? Just bashing
like that dog. Have you seen that dog on TikTok?
What? No.
Oh my God.
No, not right now. We don't have time.
Okay, all right.
Show me later. But no, I have not.
Okay, I'll show you later. But it's a dog where his owner, it's like this huge Doberman, and they're on like a trail, and the snake walks out in front of the.
And he just comes up and shakes it really fast
and just like
flings
yeets it into infinity. Yeah.
Okay, yes, I have seen that. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
He's like, dog, I can't go past this snake, and the dog's like, I've got you. Say less. Grabs it. Boom, it's gone. Nice. Never to be seen again.
Yeah, that's the way to deal with it.
Just that toss dog, it into oblivion. We need to get that dog in Florida is what we need.
They don't stand a chance.
Maybe the 19-footer could have a chance, but how many men do you think 19-foot? Like, what do you...
That could eat an adult for sure.
Couple
adults.
An adult deer.
2 adults standing on each other's shoulders even.
It could. Both of us would be gone. Yeah. There's no way.
If we were 2 kids in a trench coat, we'd be gone. We'd be swallowed.
But yeah, I just thought it's like a huge issue, and I just wild.
All right, well maybe if
Florida's
you have the stomach for snake killing, you could go in our stead, and you could represent us in the snake hunt, the Great Snake Hunt, of 2024.
I think there's a legitimate name for it. The Florida Python Challenge.
Should be the Great Snake Hunt.
It should be the Great Snake Hunt.
I like that better.
We'll make you a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Great Snake Hunt.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah. We'll make one every year.
But yeah, isn't that wild?
That is wild.
I know they
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool things about Florida. There's a lot of bad things about Florida, but I was like, what a thing.
Yeah. What a thing is right. That was quite the dump. We learned.
That's my dump. I'm all dumping.
Thanks for dumping on us.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, it's time to switch gears and move into alternative segments.
Woo!
Alternative
segments.
Oh. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast yet, but I think it was Enya, of course, not to talk about Enya every episode, but we're gonna.
But we do.
I think she asked me, why do you call it alternative segments and not alternating segments? And I said, because of the radio station CYY 94.3.
Which is a
CYY,
local
radio station. You should know, you should got the reference, Enya.
It's a play on words, right?
Yeah, well, they play alternative. Well, they play alternative music.
Yes. And they have that like crazy DJ voice.
That was kind of the inspiration. Like you came up with the segment, Kristin, and that was kind of the inspiration for the segment is what if we did it kind of like CYY alternative. So that's why we do that.
Yes.
Because it makes us laugh.
It makes us laugh, which is the most important thing.
Yeah. Local
Yeah,
jokes?
no, I don't think we've ever explained that before, but we probably should have.
Well,
Yeah.
you're getting it now. There it is. That's
75
why.
episodes in.
It is alternating segments, but they're also alternative because that's fun to say. All right, on this week's alternative segments, we're doing What's in My Notes, where we just look at our notes app and find random things that we've felt were necessary to write down, may not have any context or any meaning, but at the time we said this is something that needs to be written down.
Absolutely.
And it is so.
All right.
All right.
Grace, what is in your notes?
Well, lots of crazy things. But let me find it. Hold on. All right. I have this note. It's titled Story Ideas in all caps.
Okay.
I only have one story in here.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's one of those things where I do it every so often. I'll start
Yeah.
a new note. I'm like, I'm going to put all my story ideas in here.
Yeah.
But I don't. I'll just start a new note and everyone has one story in it. All right. I wrote this last year, May 24th, 2023. It says, a Coco the gorilla situation where he has a pet kitten, only the gorilla has to be the main caretaker of the kitten and like buy it food and feed it in the morning and night and take it to vet appointments. And that's it. That's all I have written down. Like he's like the sole caretaker for this kitten, you know?
It's like, come on, it's time for your distemper vaccine.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
can you do me too while we're here?
Yeah, she really needs a nail clipping. Yeah, he's like bathing her in the bath, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I really like that idea.
Right? Isn't that sweet?
I forgot about Coco.
Yeah, Coco the gorilla.
Oh.
I just really liked a Coco the gorilla situation. You guys know. You get the gist. Yeah, kind of like, you know, Gorilla Mom, I guess. You know, it could be a good little sitcom.
But then, like, lots of gorilla jokes in there.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah. You're going to have gorilla jokes, yeah. And that's it.
I love it. I'd
Thanks.
read that book, like a children's book. I think it'd be a really good children's book.
Yeah, and it's about...
And everybody else in the world is human, right? It's just Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like babies taking care of babies, you know? I like the idea of an animal taking care of a different animal. I think it's funny.
It's very cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one day.
I like it.
All right, Kristin, what's in your notes?
So this one's less random because I wrote a song last night.
Okay.
And I put it in my phone because I couldn't find any paper. Turns out all my notebooks were in my backpack already because I brought them here.
Oh. Yeah, you should write stuff in your phone so then you have
because then I
access
have
to
it forever.
Yeah.
But I wrote a song, and I'm a little nervous, but I think I have to share it.
You have to.
Relevant to the situation because it's called Jimbo the Florida Man. Because I was so inspired.
You were inspired, yeah.
I was so inspired by this man. I wrote a song about him. I hope he doesn't mind.
All right, you got to sing it. Do you want to sing it or do you want to say it a la slam poem?
I'll say it.
Okay.
Okay. Because I don't really have music with it. Although I did find some music on YouTube that kind of goes with it, but not really.
All right.
But
I'm excited to hear it.
yeah, I'm a little nervous.
Don't be.
I'm going to take a swig of water first.
Okay. It's just me and you. No one else is
I
hearing
know.
this. No one will ever hear this except
And I'm going
me.
to say it in a Florida accent because every time I go to the South, I come back with a Southern accent.
Oh, this is going to be good. Get ready, guys. She's done a lot of voice work. So this will be spot on.
Spot on.
That's British.
Yeah, not Floridian. And not everybody in Florida has a Southern accent, but Jimbo did.
They should.
Okay. It's called Jimbo the Florida Man.
All right. Do you want me to look away from you?
No, because I'm just going to look at my phone.
Okay.
Because I got to read it.
I'll avert my gaze.
It's just weird.
Don't
I'm
make
not
me
a
nervous.
singer. Who would have thought?
Yeah, but that's been established.
Yeah.
So no one's going to be like, what? I thought this
She has
was...
no tone. It's very flat.
Since when?
I expected more. Okay, Jimbo, the Florida Man. There's a man out there in the Everglades who drives a swamp buggy all dang day, educating the public, but what he'll say is he's teaching the people the Florida way. He goes by like Jimbo, and he ain't too hard to please. He Just give him the gators, the swamps, and the trees, sitting in the sun in the Florida breeze, sweating his ass off in the humidity.
Dang.
Jimbo, he's a Florida man. He's doing whatever he Florida can. Driving a buggy, picking up snakes, making $25 a foot from the state. Jimbo, he's a Florida man. He's doing whatever he Florida can. He's got a name for the gators and the name for the trees. He's got a name for everything that he sees. Now, Jimbo's got a really good gig where he drives around in a big brig. It burlap sap sits between his knees for any invasive snake he happens to see, because pythons have become a problem in the state, and the government has learned to appreciate all the hard work Jimbo's put in with his mates ridding the glades from the invasive snakes. Jimbo, he's a Florida man. He's doing whatever he Florida can. Driving a buggy and picking up snakes, making $25 a foot from the state. Jimbo, he's a Florida man. He's doing whatever he Florida can. He's got a name for the gators and a name for the trees. He's got a name for everything that he sees. And maybe I'm just from the north and I'm not used to this type and sort. When I see Jimbo, my heart's a flutter. I sway back and forth. I think I'm in love with the man from Lauderdale Fort. I can see us together for the rest of our days, living in a swamp, barely making minimum wage. But I know it could never be that way because Jimbo's heart belongs to the swamp and the bay. That's my song.
That was really good. I'm very impressed. That was very good.
I was up all night writing this.
That was really, really good.
Instead of like doing anything else.
This is what matters.
This is what matters.
I'm very impressed. That
Thank
was very
you.
good.
There's a guy named Jimbo who's going to be really weirded out by this,
Yeah,
but
it's a love song.
it's a And that's the note in my phone. So
I love it.
It's a long one, but it's a good one.
All right.
Yeah.
You want to do it again, or you feel like you got it? I feel like you got it.
I think I got it. But yeah, that's my song.
I love it.
Well,
You
thank
did a great job. Look at you.
One
you are a
day.
songwriter.
Look at me writing songs.
I know.
I just
that
wish
was
I had the
legit.
music part down.
I like
and
the
the
line
tone.
of, making $25 from the state or whatever. That's a clever
Yeah.
line.
Thank you.
Look at you.
Anyway,
I think you got a lot of slam poetry in your future.
maybe that's what I need to go into is slam poetry, because the
'Cause
music
then you don't have to worry about the music as
music
much.
just like ugh.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Who
I
needs
like
it?
this thought of being music.
And then you don't have to worry as much about like rhyming. You don't have to worry about as much about syllables, which is a big thing that you can struggle with. So you can kind of just let it flow.
And like reading.
Reading, writing,
spelling,
arithmetic.
But yeah, that's my song. That's in my phone.
That was great.
And yeah, I'm gonna keep it in my phone. I like that.
All right.
There.
I'm very impressed.
Well, thank you. Clip clop, clip clop.
Oh, we didn't first. Wait, we didn't
Oh, fuck. Damn it.
transition out of alternative segments.
Segments.
Alternative segments.
We're all done with that one.
Yeah, it's all done. Alternative.
Segments. Now I can go.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
you can clip clop.
Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip clop,
Oh,
clip clop, clip clop.
what's
clap,
that
clip clop,
smooth,
clip clop,
well-paced clomping I hear in the distance? Sounds like a coordinated horse coming down the track. He's smoothly galloping.
clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, clip.
Nothing to see here, just a normal gliding horse. And also at the same time, there seems to be a train, whoa, running alongside this horse, coming together to become one, headed our way. Whoa, look out! The two clouds, get off the tracks! Oh my God.
My pizza.
My pizza! Yeah, they're making a stop at the old pizza shop because before they hit the stage, it's time for Pizza Secrets.
Yeah.
We just get better and better.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good, nice transition.
Unstoppable.
Yep.
Yep.
You ready for the
Sure, let's do it. Pizza Secrets, tell me your secrets. Pizza Secrets! Pizza Secrets.
shit?
We can't ever just let something lie.
No.
We gotta
just
add our own little thing.
We did our own little thing,
You're
and then
right.
we added to our own little thing
Yes.
with another little thing.
And if we were to make that a permanent part of the thing, we'd still have to add a new little thing.
yes,
Because that's
it's
just
like this
who we are.
ever adding.
It's like a sickness, a disease, something deep and
It's
dark
a-
within us.
Impulsion.
Impulsion, yes.
That's not a word. What am I saying?
Impulsivity.
What's the noun?
You're thinking of a noun? Is there a noun?
Compulsion.
Compulsion.
Ah, we got it. Got there, guys.
We made it.
We
All
got
right.
a joint pizza secret.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Pull
forgot
up a-
about this
pull
until
up
you
a
reminded
joint.
me.
Yeah.
Hold the joint.
Pull up a joint.
Oh.
Because we got a joint pizza secret.
Joint pizza secret.
Yep. So, our friend, you know him, Meat Candle and Peter.
Meat Candle and Peter.
He, no promises, but he might be joining us on the podcast very soon.
We don't know this.
Maybe.
We don't know.
I'll just cut this out
Okay.
if needed. But I'm hoping I can bully him into coming on the podcast.
I hope you can.
He's a
too.
shy guy, and I said, shut
He's
up.
not even that
I
shy.
know. That's what's annoying. I'm like, shut up. No, you're not. He's
You're
like, I'm
not
too
shy.
shy. You're not.
Peter, you're not shy.
I know. I wish you would be more shy. I wish you would shut your mouth sometimes. All of a sudden you're shy.
Yeah.
But he may or may not be joining us on the podcast soon. But that sparked this memory that we have of this joint pizza secret together. The three of us, I guess. All right.
Joint pizza secrets.
Imagine it.
Mhm.
2012, it must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. We live in a cute little house. Senior year of college.
Senior year of college.
Orono, Maine.
Orono, Maine.
Parties are wild.
The bars are close
Yeah.
because we lived on the same street as all the bars,
And
which
there's
was like
only
what,
two of
two?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two
It's only
bars.
two. 'Cause
It
it's a
was
small town.
Prime real estate.
Yeah.
We-
I don't know how we found that.
We were
Craigslist.
Next to a hammock factory.
We did
An
live
old
next
hammock
to it.
factory.
That's right.
Yeah. I love that little house.
Yeah, that was a great college place.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was us and our friend Megan.
Yeah, we lived next to our landlord who was great.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
He's a nice guy.
I would say we were a bit of slops senior year of college. We drank a good amount. I mean,
not just senior year. I think we were slops.
yeah,
I think we came into our own senior year because we stopped caring about what other people thought.
yes, we really hit our stride.
Really hit our
when we
stride.
Stopped caring.
We stopped. I think definitely freshman year, you're like, I want to make a good impression.
I want to be cute.
Cute.
Yeah.
And even like that junior year, you're like, oh, like I want to talk to boys. And I think senior year, we all hit the point in our lives where we were like, I just want to have fun. I don't give a
Yes.
shit about anybody else
Yep.
except for the three of us.
Yes. Well, I think none of us had boyfriends also,
And
right? Senior year.
We weren't going to get them.
No, we weren't doing anything to get them.
I think
And that
what
was
did
fun.
our friend Joel call us? He called us like the I don't know if it was like the Bermuda Triangle or the trifecta. He's like, when the three of you are together, it's awful because we were.
Yes.
He's like, individually good, even two good, but the three the trifecta is what
Yes.
he called it. Yes, and he said the three of us together with a couple of beers. We just would like cause chaos, and it was awesome.
Yeah, we were monsters.
We were monsters. Don't invite us to your parties.
Well, Joel's roommate ended up yelling in
He told us he hated
our
us.
faces.
Yeah, that's right. It was like one of the
saying
greatest.
He hated us.
Sometimes it's nice to be like profoundly hated.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
to
it.
your face.
We were
too.
laughing the whole time.
Yeah,
He was like,
which
"You
means-
two bitches, Megan, you're wonderful.
Yeah,
You've
he
never
really
done
loved
anything
me.
wrong. You're
Megan,
great.
You've never done anything
You
wrong
two
in your
are
life."
assholes."
And we were.
We were.
Yeah.
We deserved it, and it was
Yeah.
so funny.
It was really, that was really funny.
Thank
yeah.
you for acknowledging our talent.
Yeah. We weren't. I would say, were we mean girls? Maybe.
No.
I think.
I don't, because we weren't being mean to other girls, and that's really what I think of
just
as
mean
being
to
mean
other
girls. Boys. We
boys.
would bully
We
boys.
bully boys.
Like mostly
children.
Joel. Mostly Joel and those guys that lived in the house.
Yeah, but we would find other boys to bully too if we got bored of them.
Yeah.
You can only bully someone for so long.
Exactly, before you got to move on to a different boy.
Were we nice? No.
No. We were nice to girls, I would say.
And we were nice to Kiet. We
Yeah.
made him sleep on the couch when he was too drunk to do anything.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
We would stick out for our own, but I feel like if you upset any one of us, we were out for blood.
Yeah, we're coming for you.
Yeah. And some people learn that lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had a lot of good times in college, senior year.
Yep. And we, for some reason, started this fun little trend at our house where whenever we would have a house guest visit our house, and we would walk
for like
down
the weekend, not like just stopping by.
Yeah, not just anyone, but if you're staying over at our house for the night, we had this rule where you had to steal not just a glass from the bar down the street. It was the Roost, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You would steal them from the Roost.
Yeah.
you had to steal one more glass from the roost than the guest who had stayed before you.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
I think
because it started...
No, it started with someone.
Someone.
Because then Max and Vanessa visited at the same time, and we said, okay, collectively, you guys have to steal 2. So they each stole 1.
Yeah.
So I can't remember who was the first one. Maybe someone came and visited, and they just stole a glass, and we were like, let's make this a thing.
It's now a thing.
Where now every guest from our house has to steal a glass.
Which is a terrible thing. You shouldn't steal, especially not from like a local bar.
No, I think you guys have heard that we're pretty pro stealing.
We're
Yeah, you're right. It was wrong. It shouldn't be a local bar.
It was a local
It
bar.
should be a chain if you're going to steal.
This is why it's a pizza secret, because you shouldn't steal from a local bar.
It was wrong.
It was a small bar.
But to be fair, it was funny. It was kind of funny. And we were drunk.
And this is why it's a pizza secret, because it is kind of a shitty thing.
Yep, that we did.
And I just want to emphasize that children are listening, so stealing is wrong.
You're right. Stealing is wrong. Drinking is wrong.
Yeah.
Bullying. Listen to your parents. Yeah, don't bully.
Don't bully.
Unless it's boys and they're mean to you first. Then you can kick them in
If
the back of the
they're mean to
knees.
you first, I have no rules.
Kick them in the knees. Yeah. Take them down. Psychological warfare.
But if they're not mean to you first, then don't bully them.
Play it by ear.
Yeah.
See if they deserve it or not. But yeah, I can't remember who it started with. Then it was Max and Vanessa stole 2.
Yeah.
Someone made steal
got
3.
And then Peter joined us.
Yeah, Peter visited.
And he had to steal 4.
Yes, we made Peter steal 4. So Peter came up to visit me because we became friends studying abroad in Australia.
Meet Candle and Peter.
Yeah, you know him. But he went to UNH, which is only like 2 hours away from where we went to college in Orono.
No.
Yeah.
2 hours?
UNH?
By what? Helicopter?
It's an hour to Portland. Well, I guess.
No, it's not an hour. Orono?
No.
Bangor?
New Hampshire, UNH to Portland is about an hour.
Yeah.
How far is Portland to Orono? An hour and a half? 2 hours?
2 hours.
Okay, all right. So 3 hours.
3
away.
hours.
Sorry, Jesus.
It's a bit.
You think I said 30
3
seconds?
I
said 2 hours.
UNH is probably like an hour and a half.
Sure, from Portland. Yeah. All right, so 3.5 hours.
3.5, 4 hours, depending on traffic.
His Subaru was leaking gasoline the whole time.
That's right. Car that shouldn't be driven for
he
that
basically showed up in the Flintstones car where you're running underneath it. Yeah,
but that's what college is all about.
Yeah, there was a rusted out hole in the floor.
Oh my God.
And he had this big blue fleece jacket on.
That's right. It was so fuzzy.
And to be fair, Peter is a good sport. He was very, very drunk. I think we got him really drunk first. I think he wanted to show us how fast he wanted to show off that he could shotgun a beer faster than someone could take a shot. And he came up with that challenge. He said, challenge me. I can shotgun this beer faster than you can take a shot.
And he was not successful.
No, because how could you?
No, I don't know. It's a really bad.
But it did get him very drunk. So luckily, he was so drunk that he was on board with the stealing plan. And we must have shuffled into the back of the bar at some point, had 4 glasses, and we put them
in each arm.
Yeah, we put them up the sleeves of his fleece jacket in his arm, so it just looked like
he had this was the middle of the night, right? He had him in there for a while.
Yeah, well, I think we took them, went home since we live right down the street, got the glasses out of there, took them out, drank more alcohol, then walked back to the bar.
That's right, because we were so close.
And
there's no cover.
That's the great thing about living on the same street as the bar. This is just Alcoholics 101. I never drink anymore.
I don't drink anymore either.
Back in the day,
though,
we really
hit our prime. Senior year of
So
college.
we got Peter to smuggle these 4 glasses.
Really, it was a financial decision because it's expensive to drink at the bar.
It's
so
just
we
smart
just
planning.
Went home, had a couple more drinks, and then went back and continued the party.
A few mid-bar drinks at home.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
Head back.
And we just got to get our steps in, If
save
anything, it's
save on alcohol.
For our bank accounts.
For our health.
For our health.
Yeah, get a little exercise in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Peter walked out of the bar looking like he had these big, lumpy bicep arms.
He looked like it was a bad implant job.
Yes, but also walking like he's got
robot
clouds.
arms.
Yeah.
And it
very
was
stiff.
Really, really obvious.
It was very obvious.
And
I think the bouncer, it was one of those situations where he could tell what we were doing. He's like, just let him go.
He was like, it's not worth my time.
Yeah,
those
paid
poor
$7
bouncers.
an
Could
hour.
you imagine being a bouncer for a college bar?
No. We were so drunk and laughing so hard about it. There's no way he didn't know we were up to something.
Yeah.
And then I think I remember us parkouring all the way home.
That's right.
And we did it, and we made it, and we pulled it off. I think 4 was the highest we ever got.
Yeah, I don't think people after 4 they were like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't make me do that.
Don't make me do that.
But Peter was on board. He was a good sport.
And we love him.
Yeah.
But also, don't steal.
Yeah.
Because it's bad. That's a shitty thing.
Yes.
That's a definition of a pizza secret, shitty little thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I'm not proud of it. I think it's funny, but I'm not proud of it.
Funny,
we shouldn't have stolen.
Should not have stolen from a local business.
Yes.
And
steal from Walmart if you're going to steal.
Do not steal.
From Walmart, do it. Come on, it doesn't matter.
Don't steal.
Don't get caught.
No.
Just do it.
They have cameras everywhere.
Yeah, you're
They'll
right.
find you.
You're right. They will find you. Don't
do it.
Asterisk. Unless you know you can get away with it, and then that's fine.
Maybe if you don't like Walmart, don't shop at Walmart.
All right, do things like return stuff to Amazon or, that kind of thing. Like do little loopholes. Take advantage of things as much as you can because those loopholes are there for you. They take advantage of you every day.
Use a coupon.
Take advantage of any loophole you can.
Which could be coupons.
It could be coupons. It could be making counterfeit coupons. I just watched a movie about that. That lady, that speed walking Olympian who got arrested for the biggest coupon forgery crime.
I'm sorry.
That's
what?
a whole different. That's a whole different
what?
thing. Yeah,
people forge coupons.
Yeah, Kristen Bell starred in it. She had this whole, not Kristen Bell, but the woman who this movie was based on. It was called Queen Pins. It's on Netflix, I believe. She and her and 2 accomplices forged coupons, and they were selling these coupons, and it was like this whole big business.
What?
Yeah, it was crazy.
How do you forge a coupon?
You get the coupon, you send it
like
overseas, you have it made, but you change what the coupon is for. But you have all the barcode, you have all the, information there.
But if
you wouldn't the barcode pull up the coupon. I don't know, maybe they knew how to forge barcodes as well. I don't know, it was a very intricate system.
Jesus.
Yep.
I didn't know you could forge coupons.
Well, you can, but you'll get caught because this woman did.
Oh.
And she had made millions and millions and millions of dollars.
Well, yeah, once you start selling them.
She did 3 years of prison time. Yeah.
Dang.
And that's our pizza secret.
Going into jail and the person next to you is like, yeah, I killed a guy. And you're like, yeah, I forged coupons.
Coupon crimes.
Coupon.
They take it very seriously. Well, because she was doing it through the mail. And so then it becomes a federal crime.
Oh, shit. So she had to go to federal prison.
Yep, sending people coupons in the mail.
Because of coupon crimes.
Yes, because of coupon crimes. So pretty serious coupon crimes.
I had to watch this.
It was pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed it. All right, and that's our pizza secret.
Do crimes, but that's our pizza secret.
Yeah.
If you like this episode and you're like, how do I get into snake killing?
Yeah.
Professionally?
Or how do I become a thief? A thief.
No.
How do I start stealing?
No.
Give me
I was going to
tips.
say, if you have any more questions about
how to steal without
invasive
getting caught.
No.
You can ask. We won't answer because we don't approve of stealing. You guys can just ask me. Just send it to my personal email.
No.
I'll answer you.
No. Oh.
Not Kristin, though. She's against
I'm just
stealing.
Saying,
you hear that, FBI?
The official opinion of the WOF is that we are against stealing and committing crimes.
We're against most crimes. Crimes don't equal morality. So there are some crimes where I'm like, you know what?
Official opinion of the WOF is that we are against crimes.
Depends on the crime. It's
anyway,
open-ended. It's open for interpretation.
I don't think it is.
You do whatever is in your heart. And that's our show. If you would like to get in touch with us, you can send us an email at weirdsofeather@gmail.com. You can find us on Instagram. You can DM us, or you can answer our polls or whatever at Weirds of a Feather. And we also have a Facebook group at Weirds of Feather. Check that out, full of information and things. And then if you would like to buy us a coffee to keep this horse train going, you can at ko-fi.com/Weirds of a Feather. You got half of it.
Do that. I'm close. Every time I get closer and closer.
Yeah. And that money just goes right back into the podcast, keeps this horse train running. It allows us to pay Christopher to do our sound editing because I can't anymore. Yes. I don't want to.
He's kind of doing it pro bono, but that's okay.
He's
also for
something.
and then for our technology that we use.
Yes. Our friggin' subscriptions that we have to pay every month.
In order to record and edit and stuff.
Yeah.
And
And that's it. This thing is
That's it.
long enough.
That is our whole show. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you need to talk more snakes or if you want the company where Jimbo's from.
It's a good call out.
Yeah.
If you want to compose some music to go along with Kristin's song,
let me know. I'll send you a legit recording or I'll just send you the words and you can make the song yourself because I'm sure you're a better singer than I am.
Probably, yeah. If you want to turn my Coco the Gorilla idea into like a children's sitcom, let me know. Might do a project together. I'd be open to it. You know,
that's adorable.
A little Mr. Mom type situation.
Mom.
All right, and that's it.
Right.
All right, see ya.